Well, good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. Ryan Hyatt with you here in Raiderland tonight. We're going to talk a little Texas Tech football. And right now there is one man, one person who can change the environment, the culture, and everything that's going on at Jones AT&T Stadium, except he doesn't want to. He's done nothing to do it. And we know this because there's been nothing said about not the football being played, but the culture that exists now in the stands. We're talking about what went on not just yesterday at Jones AT&T Stadium, but what's been going on for years. The increased amount of profanity, the unfiltered profanity, not just from students, but from all other fans alike. Sadly, it reached a crescendo yesterday, or on Saturday, against Oklahoma, directed really at one player. Still, it was beyond the pale. It was heard on national television. And right now, Texas Tech needs to do something to stop that. There are a lot of good people that are sick and tired of it. There are a lot of good people, good Texas Tech folks, that are now wondering, is this even a family-friendly environment? Quite frankly, it's not. So right now, my message to Cliff Kingsbury from Kirby Hocutt would be this. You get your butt down there, you record a video. The students and the other fans will listen to you. Cliff Kingsbury needs to be the one on the Raider Vision before the game and during the game saying, that's not the culture we represent, that's not who we are, and it ends right now. And here's exactly why Cliff Kingsbury should do this. Cliff Kingsbury is going to need some friends in the coming weeks and months. It's not going to be easy for Texas Tech to make a bowl, let alone finish with any sort of decent record. He needs friends, and I'm not talking Texas Tech students. I'm not talking pretty co-eds wearing our shirts. Our coach is hotter than your coach t-shirts. I'm not talking the 20,000ers who live down in Overton. He's going to need friends with money. He's going to need donors, and he's going to need people with families right here in the Hubbaplex and those who've gone to Texas Tech. And you know what they don't want to hear on national TV? You know what they don't want their kids hearing when they go to Jones Stadium? F you. And F-bombs being dropped. Cliff Kingsbury can change it. Kirby Hocutt should mandate that he changes it. If they don't, we can only assume that they endorse this kind of atmosphere. You know, and I don't think they do. I've always heard that, you know, the window on the University of Athletics, that you got to spend money on athletics. You got to really prop up athletics. Well, if this is the window on Texas Tech, I want out. And I think more and more fans are wanting out. You know, this whole thing started really not years ago, but actually decades ago. It's been the slow acceptance of garbage by Texas Tech and Texas Tech fans. And I really don't give a damn what goes on anywhere else. I'm talking about Lubbock, Texas. It started with tortillas and the throwing of food. That's not a tradition. It's just stupid. But you know what? We just let it go. Said it's a tradition. Well, it's not. Then the F-bombs started appearing in the fight song. Well, you can't do anything about kids, so you just let it go. It's really a matter of pride when you get down to it. And Texas Tech fans and Texas Tech's administration hasn't taken pride in the game day experience. It's like parents who just give up with their kids and they let them run wild around the restaurant and say, well, you know, that's how kids are. Well, now it's not just the kids, it's the adults that are creating an unsavory, non-family friendly environment at Jones AT&T Stadium. And it's not just, you know, the kids, as we say. It keeps bleeding farther and farther along, and it's not getting any better. We mentioned Jones AT&T Stadium because how do you feel if you're AT&T, there's your name on the field, and what's going out over national television numerous times last night for Lubbock is F-bombs. So it's time for adults to take back control of the Jones. It's time for all of you who are frustrated. I'm not going to say the silent majority because a lot of you have been griping but wanting to know what to do. Well, here's what you do. You take back control. You empower yourself. You pick up the phone. You call the Red Raider Club. That's right. You say, I've got season tickets, or I buy tickets, or I donate money, and the money's going to dry up if you guys don't get proactive. You call Amy Hurd, and when Amy Hurd hears that, she picks up the phone and calls Kirby Hocutt, or maybe even somebody above him. You call Kirby Hocutt directly and say, you know what? I donate. I'm a corporate partner. I'm sick of this. You guys do something to clean it up. Either you're going to be a part of the solution or you're part of the problem. Now, if you're one of those that thinks this is a great home field advantage and you think this is something fantastic for Texas Tech, I don't want you a part of my Raiderland. I disassociate myself from you, and I really hope you find another school to root for, transfer, or go somewhere else, because that's not what Raiderland's about. It's not what Texas Tech is about, and it's time for the adults to take back control.